Hello, everyone, and today we're here to do. Me and Red Leader are here for you today to do a very special segment. What is that special segment, Red Leader?
Reviewing comic books, something nobody's ever done on the internet.
Yes, we are unique. We are special. Yeah.
At
So
least
this
that's
is
what our parents told us. So that's what our teachers told us in elementary school. So damn it, we're taking it to we're gonna listen to that.
yes, we believe. But yeah, we're gonna review comics, and we're working on a working title. We're calling it the Rogue Mission Reports.
Like weekly rogue up. I don't know. Whatever the title says will be the working title. Uh, so
Right.
all of our many viewers, Johnny, can you give us a better title?
Yeah, Johnny, if you're listening, give us a good title. Make it clever. Or anybody else listening, Mask, if you're listening.
Connor,
Con?
somebody.
Yes, Connor. Do something. Help. But yeah, we're gonna do comics, and surprise, surprise, they're all Star Wars. Like that's
Except
you
for
never.
I have an issue of Batman, the final issue
Okay.
of the New 52.
Oh, it's interesting. That's gonna be interesting. So yeah, but we'll start with Star Wars, right? That's the plan.
Yeah.
And
So
we'll start.
we're starting with Star Wars issue 18, which is part four or sorry part three of Rebel Jail arc.
Right, which I'm kind of jumping.
Uh,
I just jumped
yeah,
into.
which I don't have the issue that started. I've issue 17. Don't have issue 16, which is the beginning of the arc, and Joel hasn't read issue 17. I own it. I will send him the code for it later probably. Uh,
And I will
but
buy volume 2 of Star Wars eventually. That's on that's it. That's on trade.
well, this will probably be like volume 3 or 4 when the trades come
Yeah,
out.
yeah, this is volume 3. But basically, what's going on is we got Han Solo's crazy not wife, Leia, and is Doctor Astra with them?
Afra.
Afra. I want to call it Astra. Afra, and they're in some jail cell, and there are people trying to kill them who look like
There's a
robots.
vigilante who's breaking into people's cells and killing them,
Oh yeah.
who
That
seems to
actually
have a past with Leia.
And here's actually something interesting. So I'm here. And there's one scene which I'm kind of confused on. It's when the vigilante enters this bearded man's cell. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Your Emperor Palpatine is a Sith Lord," and then he kills himself. Um, I don't get it. Like, why is that important to the person? Like, I mean, I know it's not common knowledge that Emperor Palpatine's a Sith Lord,
Well,
but
the guy
like,
killed a bunch of Jedi. He says he slit 3 Jedi's throats. I think it's just that this guy found out that Palpatine was a Sith Lord and probably got kicked out of the Empire or something.
okay.
I think the importance is more that he knows that Palpatine is a Sith Lord.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That.
yeah, he just says, it feels good to finally tell someone my secret. Thank you for that. Like, he's not about that guy. It's just he felt like telling someone.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I sorry. I misread the quote bubbles there. So I wonder who the vigilante is. Like, do you have a theory?
Apparently, have you read Vader Down?
Yes, I've read a little bit. I've read. I have Vader down actually with me
Is,
right
is
here.
there, is there, there's apparently like an Imperial agent who gets like kicked out or something,
Uh, I
whose
didn't
like
see
life
that.
gets ruined.
I didn't see that in my first viewing, but maybe it's like at the
Apparently, there's an
beginning.
Imperial agent by the end. No, I think it's at the end. Who like
Hmm,
gets like takes the fall or something,
let's
and
see.
apparently it might be him because he hates Leia.
Look, let's see. Why you're gonna get kicked out of the Empire? Let's see. I see. Let's see. We got the Grievous Akbar guy. I'm not seeing anything about Imperial agents getting kicked out yet, but it might be
Well, keep,
there.
keep talking about the issue.
Oh right. Oh, the Star Wars, right? But yeah, artwork looks nice. I think Star Wars comic book artwork's always so weird because it's both a mix of like actual live action, but also art. See, I like the shadows a lot. It reminds me of something out of Bounty Hunter a little bit. Just the dark prisons and the weird looking robot things. Even the assassin reminds me of something out of Bounty Hunter. Could look like something from the Underworld. I mean, the Star Wars Underworld. I look better thinking about this. That's a reference to a podcast. Anything you have to say, Red, about this issue?
I really like the idea of this arc. Also, the nerfs look like they did in the old canon. That's awesome.
Nerfs.
Because I do love that plot of they have to get a bunch of nerfs on the ship. Because Han sold all their... Which I don't like Jason Aaron's voice for Han. I don't buy that Han would sell the Alliance money for gambling, or would waste it gambling.
Ooh.
I just do not buy that.
Nah, I don't buy that either. I do like this little moment of Luke piloting the Falcon.
Oh, it's apparently it might be from the it's from the annual. A Neb Ray is a kind of agent who has a habit of doing things violently, which Leia and the rest of the rebel comrades don't seem to approve. After discovering the hard Ray that the Emperor is a Sith Lord, I think his mind might have snapped. Oh, so he's going at a total war against the Empire. So he's a agent of the Republic, or sorry, of the Rebellion.
Oh wow. Okay, that makes more sense. I actually like this little scene though, where Luke's trying to get Han to drive the Falcon. I didn't think he would do it.
Yeah, it's just a nice, small, personal moment. Though I do love the what humph.
Oh, I love that part.
What are you humping about? I don't know. She's just a little sluggish. Sluggish? Like just poor Han.
Sluggish. Sluggish kid.
He lets the brat, fly his ship, and then he makes fun of him.
Yeah, you don't make fun of somebody's car when you're driving it.
Exactly.
Or in this case, ship.
Especially when he can eject you into space.
Yeah. You better believe
But what do you think of the fact that Afra and Sana have a past?
Ooh, that's interesting. That seems kind of interesting. I like Afra from the Vader comics, actually.
And I don't like Sana, and I wish she would die.
She probably will, because considering you don't see her again.
Yeah, but I hope that doesn't mean that Afra will die as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean...
Vader will probably kill her. That's probably what the arc is going to end on. Vader.
That's going to be sad. I like Vader and Afra's weird, twisted relationship in a way. I don't know why.
That's awesome.
It's like if Vader not having a love interest, it'd be like... I guess more like Vader having an evil Ahsoka Tano. I guess that's the best way I can describe it.
That's what a lot of people have been saying. It's evil Ahsoka.
Evil Ahsoka. That's why maybe you should get Ashley Eckstein to voice her, and then you can make the cycle.
Oh, that'd be so good. Yeah, so any more thoughts on that issue?
No, I have more thoughts actually on the next issue. Vader. Darth Vader,
issue
number 20.
Beginning really of the Endgame story arc.
Yeah. 5 more
which
to go,
will be
people.
Final arc of the series.
Which will be sad, because this is so good. I really like this one, actually. Red, you'll see why I like this one so much. This actually got me to, yesterday to start listening to, Darth Bane audiobook.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Because of Palpatine's speech, like, he goes, "A long, long time ago, there were many Siths. We rose up against the simpering light. We warred with the Jedi and lost. And we were also warred among our own kind. For 1,000 years we have kept to the shadows, not afraid of the Jedi, but ourselves. The dark side is too powerful. It is too powerful. The weak will meekly stand in regimented order. The Sith, one master, one apprentice. No more for generations."
Which is directly from Bane. The
generations.
There must be only two. No more, a master and apprentice. No more, no less. Or no more, no less. One to possess all the power, the other to crave it.
Right. I'm actually on chapter 2.
But that is the rule of 2 or something like that, which I love that so much. When he figures it out in the book and just comes up with that idea, it's brilliant.
Actually, I'm on chapter 2 with the Sabacc game, but
that's what I was telling you about, where they make an entire chapter that is just people playing Sabacc, they're playing a card game, and it is the most intense chapter of any book I've ever read. It's amazing.
Yeah, but that's why I really liked it because this comic, this issue, got me to read it because I love Palpatine's entire speech. Like he's like doing like like he just it's exposition-y a little bit, but it's good exposition and it's Palpatine exposition, so that's always a plus. I love how I think one of my favorite lines is right here when he says, "I learned from the mistakes of my forebears. I used those who were not Sith to achieve my aims." And my apprentices, Darth Maul was a loss, but Darth Tyrannus, he was a proton torpedo. He served his purpose, and he was gone. I love that line, because that's so...
Especially because it's actually referencing the prequels, unlike Jason Aaron.
Actually,
which, by the way, speaking of prequel references, you see the full-page spread where we introduce the Executor into the book?
Yeah.
Well, look at the bottom by the Star Destroyer.
Okay, let me see.
It's like look at the ship.
Okay, I see a Star Destroyer. That thing? The one at the bottom of the Star Destroyer?
Yep.
What is it? I can't tell.
It's like a mix between the frigates from the Republic era and a Star Destroyer.
Oh, interesting. Actually, Jason Aaron's Star Wars did actually have the manga guards in Volume 2, and a lot of the old Jedi Council.
But have the Council? How?
In like a I think it might be holocrons, might be holograms. I think it's holocrons. Like they had Chuck. It wasn't the actual council. They had Chuck T. They had Snake Guy.
Opal Rancisis.
Yeah, that guy. And the manga guards were there too, battling Luke. Because the Hutt had him. That's Volume 2.
Ooh, that Hutt will actually appear in issue 4 of Poe.
He's still alive then.
Yep, he's in a prison.
Awesome.
But yeah, so to this issue, I love Vader here, where he's just finally getting how full of shit, or how much Palpatine's manipulate him. Like when he says, if any of Cyclo's toys succeeded, would you be making the speech to them?
Silence.
And then that when he just says that does not matter. The dark side is strength. I am that strength. You are Vader, and Cyclo has run. Find him. He must be destroyed. And he says, as you wish. But he's not just his tool. And the entire time when he's just fighting this guy with a cane, it's just amazing.
I love the cane guy. I love Monocle Man. Well, hey, I love monocles. But also I just like the character. He's just so like.
Also, let's talk about the.
Well, that's the whole thing about this comic I love so much is that it's the transition between Episode 4 Vader and Episode 5 Vader, because they're like two separate characters.
There's not a single action scene in the entire thing.
Oh, you're right.
It's so good. Which also, let's talk about the backup feature.
You're the backup feature? Cool. I must have missed that.
Maybe. Yeah, the story with...
Oh, that's right, those guys.
With 000 and what's his face?
The evil R2.
BT.
I love those guys. They're so much fun.
They're pretty much just ripoffs of HK, but it works.
Right.
And I just love this, just the two of them messing with this guy who knows Afra, and I love that moment when he says he's got skills that could take half a dozen tin cans and turn them. Oh yeah, Afra's just what Afra said about him. He's got skills that could take half a dozen tin cans to turn them into a Death Star, but he'd sell his own mother into slavery to pay for the next fancy gizmo. And he's like, yep, that's her. Afra's the best. Oh, and also when BT just laser guns the entire freaking place down, it's amazing. And when he tries to betray them and 000 just blows him up. And that, exactly, if people treated droids with more respect, none of this would be necessary. Rudeness is simply intolerable. But yes, on the bright side, explosions are very pretty. And also, I love that title, The Misadventures of 000 and BT. Like, Gillen just loves these characters. They need to get figures at some point.
Oh, I hope so. I hope whatever Gillen... You know what, I know this won't happen for a long time, but if Gillen ever does the Kylo Ren spin-off... I'm sorry about the music, by the way. Darn, people play your music louder. Oh, this let me lighter. I want.
Louder, like.
No, don't louder. Oh no, they listen to me. I want Kylo Ren like to find BT and 000. Like I don't know where they would be after 30 years, but I almost want like. I don't know if he would know who they were, but I almost want those two to follow Kylo Ren, and then you can almost do like, oh, now we're following the grandson of Darth Vader, even though we don't know it yet. Or even if they do know it. Like, I just would find that hilarious. Like, Kylo Ren had to put up with these two, just as Vader did.
But no, they have to put up with him.
Oh,
like,
you think...
just like, nobody understands, and they're like, can we just kill stuff?
or maybe he finds out that they work for Vader, and he's like, oh my god, what's Vader like? Did he choke people with his hands, or did he do it just with the Force? Like, he's just asking them, like, fan...
I would love if they, like, lied to him, and they were, like, just making shit up, and that's, like, why he's so weird. He burned his enemies alive and like put his helmet in their ashes. And, like he's like, oh, that sounds so cool. Or he's like, I'm not too sure about that. No, he totally did it. You have to do it, or else you're not Vader.
Oh, and he would write poetry about how his soul was darkened, and he draped everything in black, and they just.
So do you think Taggy's gonna die?
I think yes. I think he's gonna die, so Vader can take over the executor, because that's his ship. Either because you don't see him. Well, because you don't see him doesn't mean he's around. So I guess that's not always the logic I should be following. But I think Tag's gonna die just because of just how much of an antagonist he is. I mean, he's a quasi-antagonist. Silo's gonna die.
So do you had said to me on Twitter that you really were interested in the fact that Palpatine is a mix between ROTS and ROTJ.
Yeah, the art style. I have no problem with it. Like just like because in the earlier Vader comics, which I have with me, Palpatine's drawn more Jedi style. Although now that I look back, the art is actually really different. Here,
it's always Loroka, which is interesting. Right? It's been Loroka the whole time.
It's been, which is weird. But it looks so different here. But yeah, like, I'm looking at Palpatine in these earlier issues, and he has more of a return, in the first arc, at least, he has a more Return of the Jedi-looking face. Like, they don't cover his eyes, and they look, well, they're still evil, but they look more normal.
Also, a bunch of Imperial Guards in this issue.
That too. But then in here, like, he looked like, when they do it from the sides, he looks more like Return of the Jedi, but then when you look at him up front, like, the face...
The cover is very much Return of the Jedi.
Right, but here he looks like the one from Revenge of the Sith. Just in terms of, like how the makeup would have been applied if this were, like, a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing...
So that's all, do you have any more to say on that issue?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I really love the Palpatine speech. I think that entire section is just like, that's my favorite part. I mean, the rest of it's really good too, but I just love it.
Especially because his justification to Vader as to why the old Sith failed is a mistake that he's making as well.
Too many of them.
Well, no, it's that he's warring with his own people.
Right. Well, that's the Sith for you. Every time they come close, then some Sith has to, they have to get all egotistical and, then just civil war after civil war. Yeah, anything else you have to say, Red?
Nope. So, moving on to Batman issue 52, the final issue of Batman in the New 52, before we get to Rebirth. And this is weird because it's the final issue, and it's written by Tynion, who I'm a fan of Tynion's work. But what's really weird is, why would he be the person they chose when he's the one who's going to be writing Detective when Rebirth begins? I don't know why you'd put him on the final issue of Batman. But it's really interesting because, like, it starts with 2 weeks after the Waynes are murdered, and it's Alfred talking to Leslie Tompkins, and they even talk about, like, the grandfather clock. And we find out that she made Bruce have this book where he writes, steps as to how he wants to get over his pain. And then we cut to years later in some mountains in Japan, and he, like, gets beaten up by this guy who's training him. He says, "This will not work. I cannot teach you." Who says, "No, I will learn. I need to learn." Like, "No. Why do you want this, boy? Why is this so important?" And then we see that he still has that book, that journal that says "How to Move On." And then we see Bruce back in Gotham, in the present day with the new costume, and it's step one, disappear. And we find out this guy this weird looking guy breaks into a jail or something, or not a jail, breaks into a small bank that Bruce apparently has a box in. And he steals the deposit box that's secretly hidden here. Then we cut to Alberta, Canada, and Bruce sitting naked in the freezing cold under a waterfall, and this person's like, you will freeze in minutes. No, I won't. And Bruce just being able to do so many things just because he's Batman, and he gets shot 3 times in step 7, feel nothing. And him getting on the new Batmobile that was revealed in the last issue, and it's just Bruce doing all these things. You're just dealing with this villain. I love it. He skydives with this really weird cape while holding that book. Step 21, let everything go, and he it's just him chasing this weird looking villain all across Gotham. And apparently this guy's stolen Bruce Wayne's deposit box because he wants to, because he thinks, oh, Bruce hid this, Bruce Wayne hid this not in a really big bank, but in a small minor one, probably because it's really important. Mm-hmm. And so Alfred's like, wait, it's your box, why would that happen? And then we cut to Bruce, at the beginning, yelling at Alfred because Alfred added something into the book, right. Added a step, and he says, you've lost yourself in self-hatred. You're using the list to punish yourself. Here, number 45, don't let anyone else leave you. How is that helpful? And then, Bruce rips Alfred's thing out. He's like, you don't understand. And, Alfred kind of gives up. And I love how Bruce is finally, confronting this bad guy. And he says, look what's inside. And he's like, what? And it's the notebook. After all these years, he had this notebook in there. And Alfred's like, wait, what? And I love this line. No, this was supposed to be really, this was supposed to be riches. This was going to be my ticket to my own freaking island. Oh, it is. Blackgate's supposed to be beautiful this time of year. And he punches him in the face.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we cut back to the Batcave, and Alfred is like, you kept it? And he says, how else was I going to remember? I needed everything I needed to learn. I told myself something. Well, he says, he realized that Bruce taped it back in. It's number 52. Ha ha ha. He says, he taped it back in. He says, I didn't want to hear it, Alfred. I felt like I'd finally discovered a real way to move on, collapsing into myself. You showed me that it wasn't enough, that I needed to take action, so I did. Trust me, Master Bruce. I thought I was encouraging you to disappear for over. I didn't think, or if I thought I was encouraging you to disappear for over a decade, I definitely would have taken a different tactic. No, that's not what you did. You gave me something much harder to strive for. Something I have to work on every night. And you see number 52. Remember that your parents will always be proud of you. And then the final thing is Bruce leaping, over a rooftop with the new costume, and it says, and I'll never stop.
Wow.
It's so good. I agree with Ian. This is the best issue of the New 52.
Oh, that's awesome.
I cannot wait for Tinian to do his detective run, because he's so good.
I'm glad. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with the 52, so, this is all news to me, but yay. Good to always end on a high note, I say.
Yep. So, on to Poe motherfucking Dameron.
And his
Issues 1 and 2.
And his excellent adventure.
His excellent adventure, as I said when I had, I was really sleep deprived. That's my justification. So we open with Poe doing stuff, but then the true opening of the book is the final scene of Before the Awakening.
Interesting.
which is awesome. Or, well, yeah, it is the final scene of Before the Awakening, and it's him finding out about Lord Santeca, and we finally get some setup for this, and I really want to actually see Lord Santeca more now. Because he's like space Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Other than Afra. It's so cool.
But he's for the good guys.
Exactly. Well, hey, Afra's a good person.
Yeah.
She's just misunderstood.
He's hanging out with some bad influences, like some bad boys in black. With breathing problems.
So yeah, so we kind of get further proof that Poe is really admires Leia.
Who wouldn't? It's Leia. She's awesome.
Exactly, and we get to meet. We get a better look at what they say is Black Squadron, which is not true. Well, okay, they haven't. Okay, I think I know what's happening. Because it says Black Squadron when you get introduced to all these characters, which isn't true in the movie because there is no Black Squadron in the film. Remember that? There's no Black Squadron.
Right.
Because it's Red Squadron and Blue Squadron, and Poe is Black Leader because he leads both.
Right.
However, I think the idea is supposed to be that they still haven't recruited a lot of people yet.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Black Squadron for the time being.
And I always find it. Oh, sorry. You go.
What were you saying?
I just always find it interesting how Snap, who the guy who I always call Porkins Jr. because of a joke I heard, is actually the kid from Aftermath.
Exactly. We get introduced to, or we get to see Snap. We finally get to see Kare Kun in live actually to see that character, who's awesome, and apparently the Matt Kid is a really big fan of that character.
Awesome.
No, for one second or another, we were talking about that. Lulo, who is so she's from Before the Awakening, Snap's from Aftermath. Lulo, who is the Duros, A-Wing pilot, who was Poe's mom's superior. He was in Shattered Empire.
Ooh.
And we get to meet Jess again, who was, I think, the first Resistance person we actually met. And Adi Muva, who is, you know how there were two of that species?
Little bit. Yes. Oh, yes. I remember. I remember that one. The one that got killed.
We got to see a bunch of those people. And the one who died was Elatzi, who has a cool name and looks awesome. I have a figure of him. Everyone loves him. And they killed him off. And Adi survived. And Adi's not even in the film until he's in the final shot. And I love a lot of people have been like, well, maybe because everyone loves Elatzi just because his name.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a parody of Hello Nasty. Because it's an album that everyone really loves. And so people have been like, well, maybe they just switched places and he's really alive.
No.
But yeah, so a bunch of characters from the Resistance. It's really cool to see them. And again, Kare and Snap are awesome, and everyone obviously nobody's as cool as Sea Striker and Greer, but still. But we cut back to the action and see Poe.
I hope we see them in the comics now that. Well, we probably won't see them for a while because Bloodline came out. I don't know how far in advance these comics are written and drawn.
Usually 6 months.
Okay, so we probably won't see those two yet because Bloodline just came out now.
But yeah, so Poe goes into this underground village where Lord Santeca was seen previously, and it's really cool how he gets there, and just shows him being an awesome pilot. BB-8's there, and we have Black Squadron just flying around. Poe's negotiating, and I love the fact that we get to see that Poe is not a good negotiator, though he does have the awesome line. What's with the tone? I'm not here to hurt your egg. I like your egg, because this giant Force egg that they worship, which is hilarious. And again, then they all start freaking out and trying to kill him because he found that the First Order placed a tracker, and so now everyone's going after him. The First Order shows up, and we see a new First Order transport and stormtroopers on jetpacks,
which are awesome because I love jetpacks. From Battlefront 2, I love playing the Which trooper had the jetpack again? Which clone trooper? The clone trooper.
Jet Trooper.
Yeah, the jet trooper. I love the jet trooper because they had jetpacks. I didn't like the dark trooper because they had jump packs. I don't like jump packs. I like jetpacks. I want to fly for a little bit.
Yep. And so did you read the SAP BB-8 Taj or BB Taj?
Yeah, it's cute. BB-8.
That was cool, I guess.
I mean, it's not vital.
It's weird to see people within the Resistance just having like standard conversations, like they're going on a date, and then like you cut to like somewhere else in the galaxy, and it's like the napkin bombing.
Yeah.
And or like what's going on elsewhere? It's like political corruption. The galaxy is horrible. Like,
well, I'm sure like when Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker were fighting, there were two officers going, well, you know, the veal at the cafeteria stinks. Don't like get the cheese. Like they're just going on about their lives.
Exactly.
They're all Gary the Stormtrooper.
But yeah, so
this comic was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, and I love the references. But then onto the second issue,
which I think is better. Oh.
Yeah, the second issue is I think better. We get introduced to Agent Terex, who works for the First Order, is a former stormtrooper, and has a mysterious past, likely because for some reason, I mean, not only does he was, he's a former stormtrooper, but we don't know what happened and why the First Order doesn't trust him. But he's Vincent Price, and he's amazing, and he's so sly and evil and so cool. I love it. What's going on with that egg, by the way? That thing is just fabulous.
The egg.
I don't know why that's just a hilarious line. And what's great is the Carrion Spike is still his ship.
What's he doing on the Carrion Spike? How did he get it from Tarkin? Well, Tarkin's dead, but
it's so good to see because I keep forgetting that it's based on the stealth ship from Clone Wars from Cat and Mouse.
I knew I recognized that ship somewhere.
I know, and I was like, "What is that?" And then somebody pointed out. I was like, "Holy crap! It's the stealth ship with a point on the top."
I think it still had the stealth thing. Probably not.
Probably not because it didn't work. But
I like. So I think the Carrion Spike scene is like my favorite because I like how they portray the First Order. Like the First Order just remind me more and more of Hydra from Marvel. It's so weird. I like to connect things, and that's the closest thing I can think of is Hydra.
But yeah, so we have Phasma finally do something, and I really like Terex's kind of like he has servants, I think, or just friends who hang around on his ship. Like he thinks he's so cool. It's great. But yeah, seeing Phasma is awesome.
I like this scene right here when it's Terex, right?
Yeah. Oh, and I love the Before the Awakening.
I love that
Poe attacked a former senator, which is also a reference to the first thing.
I like that scene because it's like, and buy The Force Awakening now $9.99 at Barnes & Noble. But I like this.
And I love this whole do not fail. How many times do I have to succeed before all of you start telling me not to fail? I've been doing this work since before you were born, Phasma. Yes, Officer Terex. Every officer in the First Order knows exactly where you came from. That is why we say it. Do not fail, Agent Terex. Find Poe Dameron. Which makes me wonder, what the heck did he do? I think he might have given away the plans to the second Death Star or something.
But the Bosons had... No, you could remember the Bosons. The Bosons.
Yeah.
Did the Bosons die?
Palpatine intentionally let them have the plans.
That's true, but the Bosons still have to die. So many Bosons still have to die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was probably the guy who gave those plans out. And maybe screwed up. Maybe they were supposed to come back in a different way. Maybe it's that... Who knows? Maybe it's that Palpatine didn't even tell him to do that. He just screwed up and Palpatine manipulated him.
Maybe.
Maybe Palpatine knew there was somebody who was really stupid within the organization and gave him those.
Maybe he was a stormtrooper.
Well, he was a stormtrooper. Maybe he failed on the Death Star. Who knows? But I'm really excited. Also, I asked Charles Soule on Twitter if he has a plan as to what... as to how Terex got the Carrion Spike, and if that's ever going to be revealed, and he said yes and probably.
Yay, that's gonna be
so
fun.
So he does have an actual plan as to why.
I always find it odd when especially in Star Wars, at least when the elder Imperial agents are now taken orders from these kids. Like when Phasma says, "I've been doing this before you were born," and I like how he says, in this panel, let's see, Hux and the rest can barely hide their distaste for me, but they're more than happy to use the information I provide. I like that. Just like I like the idea of Hux hating this guy. He's against, and I like actually one thing I like is he knows about Starkiller Base. He goes, truly, we're finally going to start fighting. Starkiller's ready, and she's like, how do you know that? It's like, it's my job to know everything, Phasma. But don't fret, my dear Captain. It's also my job to keep secrets. Like, that's my big thing. Like, I want... What? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I'm really interested in what Tarek's backstory is.
I want to know if they do anything with Starkiller. I want some Starkiller information. But yeah, I like the design of the ship, of the inside. Like, it's like an Empire museum almost a little bit. Like, you have an old Empire flag, and you got a Stormtrooper helmet, a Scout Trooper helmet, a Boba Fett looking helmet, kind of. I don't know what that is. What's the blue looking helmet look like?
I keep trying to figure that out.
It has the Boba Fett looking thingy.
Well, that's just a scope. At first I thought it was a Senate Guard thing, but it's open in the front.
Yeah. Well, those were somewhat open. No, wait, not open enough. But yeah, I like this. I like this character. Angle. But yeah.
So so moving on to the back to the squadron. I really like the fact that Poe isn't really the one doing the action in this issue. It's the rest of them, because I really like how Poe just says, "Get me leverage," and they're like, "Well, what the hell are we supposed to do?" And everyone else is like, "Well, what are we supposed to do?" And then I love how Kari, because she's the one who actually knows him and has been friends with him for a decade, says, that's the real order. Like just kind of being like, well, yeah, this is what we were clearly supposed to do. Like, that's what he meant. Because, like, those two have known each other, so she'd know that stuff. The rest of them would be like, what the hell does Poe mean by get me leverage?
Probably don't. Poe has faith in his team, because they're the best team, and they're led by the best guy, Poe Dameron.
They're the best around. But, I love seeing the A-Wing firing at them, and they're like, should we respond? Because they're not supposed to. Neither side's supposed to respond. And then I love. So he's just supposed to fly by, and then he starts firing at them. He's like, "What'd you do?" "Oh, my finger slipped." But hey, good news. Also, I love this transport.
Oh yeah, it's so cool looking. It's like one of those old. It's like an aircraft carrier. Well, this is an aircraft carrier.
Also, I love how Tarek's just threatens to kill these people, so Poe shows up, which is interesting because in episode 7, he's helpless to do that. Like here, he reveals himself so they don't get killed. Well, in episode 7, I love his reaction when he's like, "Oh no!" That was a really bad delivery on Oscar's part.
I didn't.
When he's getting taken away to the ship and they say fire and they start killing people, and he's like, "Oh no!"
I remember that. We have to rewatch it again.
It's really weird. But I love the layout of the panel when we have I think it's Snap, like flying around, and there's like the way the panels are laid out, like in a circle.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was awesome. That was such a cool looking panel. Are we talking about the one where the team is it like the big circle, or is it like when the team's coming? Because they're like
a big circle with like blue image, red image, like kind of circled around it.
Oh yeah,
they have the old TIE Fighter like image on the scanner.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, also greatest thing. One of the greatest lines. My men will feast on the galaxy's largest omelet. That was great.
What was that? I heard a buzz.
No, it's phone.
Because he's Vincent Price, he's Eggman in the Star Wars. Egghead. Egg.
Also, I love the fact that they start burning the egg. Also,
that was sad. Like, I was like, oh, you jerks! Don't burn the religious egg. It's a religious egg. I'm like, oh, I hate
but I love when the First Order just shows up and they're like, oh, damn it. I do hope that they lose somebody though. Well, no, I think Lulo has to die here.
Well, which one didn't appear in episode 7?
Lulo and Kari. If they kill Kari, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Ooh, Kari didn't appear in episode 7. She's open for death. Huh.
Yeah, but Nordic Career and Sea Striker, and they won't kill them off.
That's true. Actually, I got a
You
question.
can't.
Is the Star Destroyer ship? That's not in Episode 7, right? That's a new design.
No, it's in episode 7.
Really, it doesn't look like the Star Destroyers in Episode 7.
Or
It looks too
maybe
small.
I think they're no. It's the ones that are by Starkiller Base.
I don't remember. I
Because
only
we
remember.
saw the Dreadnought class one. That's
Right.
you're thinking of the Finalizer.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Kylo's ship.
This is that's not what this is, but we do see these. I think in the film.
Okay.
I
They
think.
remind me of. They remind me of First Order looking Old Republic transports a little bit. I don't know.
Oh,
Like
I just realized somebody's not in the. No, everyone's in the next cover. Never mind. But yeah, I love how the egg starts to crack. It's like, what's inside it, and everyone's been speculating.
It's a giant chicken.
People have been thinking like maybe it's Space Horse.
Ooh, maybe. I think it's a giant chicken, like from the Jimmy Neutron cartoon.
But yeah, so thoughts on the issue?
I really like it. I like seeing the First Order, and I like seeing First Order dealing with remnants of the Empire in a way, like, because Tarek is not like, sorry about the dog. It's not like a direct part of the Empire. I mean, the First Order, like, he's not like on the payroll. Well, he's on the payroll, but he's not like an active officer like Hux and the Stormtroopers. At least I don't think he is. He's definitely working for them.
Ren?
What?
Ren?
Oh yeah, Kylo Ren. That's true.
Is that who you're talking about?
No. I was talking about how Tarek is like. Tarek is like informally working for the First Order. Like, I mean, to be fair, Kylo Ren is too, but he's still like the second in command. Like, I don't know, like, what does he do when he's not on duty? Like, he's just on the carrying spike. It's like I'm a retired agent who doesn't do this stuff anymore, even though I'm totally doing this stuff again. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's pretty much what they're doing.
Okay.
With him. He's kind of like Cad Bane, pretty much.
Right. Okay, but yeah, I really liked it. Your final thoughts, Red?
The book is getting better. It's not as good as Vader, but I think it's better than Star Wars.
Right. I was actually listening to a friend, fellow Star Wars reviewer, Antoine. He didn't like the first issue that much. Like, he was like kind of iffy.
Well, he doesn't like Poe because Poe's too good for pilot, which I agree with him on. Which is why I really hope that this book makes him a lot better, because there's no threat when he's doing anything.
I'm sure. Oh,
He's just too good of a pilot.
Well, looks like they're giving some sort of threat. I mean, what's in the giant egg? I still think it's a chicken.
What's in the egg?
What's in the egg? What's in the box? What's in the egg? But yeah, I think it's getting good. A bit of a light start, but I think it's still. They started off kind of weak. I can understand, but I think it's gonna get better over time. I'm already seeing it. Like, it's getting better, especially with this new villain.
Let's just hope it doesn't get canceled, because once they find Lord Santeca, episode 7 has to happen, and until episode 8, which is next December, we won't be able to tell any stories after episode 7, which really pisses me off.
We can still do it between episode 6 and 7. I still want to know what's going on there. We got a good 30-year gap. What's going on?
Yeah, but I want to know some more about the First Order.
That's true. I want to know more about the founding of the First Order than the Tetherite. I want to know about Starkiller Base. Give me a good expanded universe on Starkiller Base. I need to know.
Like the Death Star novel?
Sort of, yeah, like that. Make Starkiller Base, the novel. Or something. There were so many Death Star novels, I remember. Or just so many origins of Death Star before they finally...
I mean, there's one specifically called Death Star.
Oh yeah, I remember. I almost bought that years ago. But yeah, we liked all these comics so far. Pretty good.
Yep, so, and maybe next time we'll review most of the previous Vader arc, or the Obi-Wan, like, one-and-done issue. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully. So, till then, everybody, see ya.
Bye.